Thank you, President Corson. We'll go ahead and get started with Amy. Amy's iPhone.
Hi, as we stand here on Holocaust Remembrance Day, I must remind you the reason why we all come to you is because we are speaking out for those who cannot speak for themselves. First, they came for the socialists, and I did not speak out because I was not a socialist. Then they came for the trade unionists, and I did not speak out because I was not a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews, and I did not speak out because I was not a Jew. Then they came for me, and there was no one else left to speak for me. So this is why we are speaking. We want the planters removed. We're trying to speak out for the cult victims in Scientology. We want the planters removed because we cannot protest and speak out for them. And if you don't do anything, may your names be etched in history when there is a Scientology Remembrance Day, that you guys did nothing about it and you sat there, because today we commemorate people that rose from the ashes of genocide, and we don't want any more people to rise from the ashes of Scientology. Bye.
And we'll move next to Miriam.
Yeah, hi. I'm just calling about these weird boxes on L. Ron Hubbard Way and Catalina. I'm starting to think that maybe they are not planters, but they are just actually coffins prepared for the bodies of the elderly that is locked up in the blue building on L. Ron Hubbard Way. It's not very nice to look at, so maybe they could just take them in. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Miriam. We'll move next to Mona M. Go ahead.
Good afternoon, board. It's me again, Mona. Wow, how do I follow that? Planters, permits, perplexed that that you guys aren't doing a dang thing. They are against city, state, and federal violations. They need to be moved, and I 100% agree that we are looking at a point in history where your names are going to be remembered about this, that ex-Scientologists, 22% of them growing up in Scientology commit suicide or attempt to commit suicide. It's not something you need to be involved with. Thank you, and I yield back my time.
Thank you. We'll move next to Zoom user.
Good morning. Again, I'm here about the planners as well. But for me, like the curious in my mind is saying, why won't the city do anything? I mean, it's a no-brainer, right? They're federal laws being broken. Is it because Scientology is scary? People are afraid of being fear gamed, or is it deeper than that? They always say follow the money. And so that's what I want to look into now is, why won't you do anything? Is there people behind the scenes that are kind of saying, hey, like, leave them alone because it may mess up other deals or contracts within the city? I don't know how webbed Scientology is. They seem to be deeply webbed, because it makes zero sense that the public works will not demand that they make it ADA compliant. It makes no sense that Hugo won't get involved. It makes no sense that mayor won't do it. Makes zero sense. Like, make it make sense. What is really going on? What's the real reason? The actual reason?
Thank you. That's 1 minute, and we'll move next to Ivon.
Thank you. Again, I'm going to remind you about your minutes not being, let's say it politely, within the norms of civil affairs by recording who speaks, what the topic is, and how they align on that topic. Not doing that is negligent. The other thing I want to ask each of you to do independently will not require any action by the board as a collective. Look up Snow White and Scientology on your Google machines. Snow White was a attempted takeover of the federal government. You do not need to be entrapped in the same kind of scheme, individually or collectively. or as the city as a whole. You are,
And that's 60 seconds. Thank you. And our last public commenter is Gigi.
Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so I'm here today again to request that you guys put this planner situation on the agenda. At least give us a progress report. Without even doing that, it makes you guys look way worse. At least fill us in on what you've done, what you can't do, and if there's absolutely nothing that can be done, lead us to who could take care of this planner situation. Secondly, I'd like to point out that on the agenda, there's going to be items that are talking about water reclamation and Hyperion. If someone decides to talk about that and they mention water reclamation and Hyperion, please do not tell them that they're off topic when they are going to be on topic, because you've done that. When was it, last week? So just stop interrupting and wasting people's time when they're on topic, and give us a progress report. Thank you.
President Corson, I do see an additional hand raised on Zoom. If you would like, I can see if user iPhone would like to offer public comment this morning.
Great, thank you.
Thank you, President Corson. User iPhone, would you like to offer public comment this morning?
Yes, I would.
Go ahead, you have 60 seconds.
I just don't understand why these planters are still an issue. It goes along with the water being an issue. It is insane, absolutely insane, that this has not been rectified. Do you not see and understand that numerous people are seeing this? They might not call in, but they see it. I was just giving you a minute to think. I yield back my time.
And that concludes public comment this morning, President Corson. Thank you, President Corson. We have two multiple item agenda commenters, and we'll start with Zoom user.
Good morning again. I want to talk about the water. I have been asking for months. I've been saying for months. I'm like, why now? Or all of a sudden, this public works is like, it seems like you're just like putting so much stuff about the water through. Okay, all these projects, and I'm like, why now? I couldn't figure it out. Like, I'm always very naturally inquisitive. I'm like, why are you guys just putting all this water stuff? And then we had the biggest fire disaster ever in our history. Basically, big chunks of the city burnt down.
Speaker, I'm sorry,
And-
can you please clarify
no,
which
don't
agenda item
gaslight
you were
me on
speaking
that.
to?
I am on topic. We're talking about Hyperion, okay? Right? There's 3 items today alone about water, okay? Reclamation. So I am perfectly on topic. Stop gaslighting me, all right? Why now? Why wasn't this done prior to the fires? And now we found out because we don't have the water, right? There's no water. And you guys, I believe you guys knew this. And I believe that you guys, and it's not necessarily this board, you're new, but leading up to this, all of a sudden, what did you guys realize? Oh, shoot, man, there's a problem. We better get this water situation fixed because there's going to be fires and we're not going to have water. And if that's so, and you're trying to fix it, I commend you for that. But there needs to be some answers and truth and some real dialogue with the people, especially with the people that lost everything. Why have you been rushing now? Okay, I've called it out. And there is a cure and correct coming this week because of the gaslighting that the city attorneys likes to do. And I'm going to add today as well, because I'm absolutely on topic talking about water. There's 3 agenda items about water. Okay. And then there's also 3 items about increasing the budget. Another thing I've been talking about. Why is always there's an increase in budget? Why is there a lack of management to be able to keep things within budget? It's, we don't have the money, right? We don't even have the money to pay our fire department. Can we think that maybe because we're just throwing money away without an accountability to the money? Because it's like, oh, you need more money? Sure, here. Okay, well, we're going to have to take it somewhere. Well, let's take it from fire department. You know, I mean, it's just unbelievable to me. And I hope that this board gets it together. Maybe you really are trying to by putting all this water stuff in. And I hope so. But you guys need to do better with this accounting of the money. We don't have it, okay? I want the fire department fully funded. I don't want them to have to take pay cuts because you guys can't keep other entities in budget. You know, there has to be some kind of accountability. There has to be some kind of thing. Like if they're saying, okay, we need this amount, and
Thank you. That's 3 minutes. And we'll move next to Yvonne.
Thank you. I'm gonna start with number one. The bid has a 30% increase. That's obscene. I would like you to fund that by taking a 30% pay cut across the board. I'm also concerned that that project is only halfway funded. The remaining half is yet to be determined by the city. And if it gets started and additional funding or grants are not available, the building, it will be a half done project. And is that half done project usable? It's possible to make a half done project that is still usable and have the bells and whistles and the niceties trimmed down to a respectable budget. That's not clear in the documentation presented. Also not clear is if those grants that are on number one expire and you're in a hurry up situation to contract, finalize the contract, get the money out and get the project started before it becomes deemed to be an unuseful expenditure of money by the federal government. The total concept of overruns, the rest of the budget items or items on this agenda, except for number 7, are all related to overruns. And this is disconcerting. Again, take a pay cut. Have your management take a pay cut. If they're responsible for an overrun, at this point, it should be their job. On number 5 specifically, during the close down of Arleta Street and any street in the future, when the inspectors from within the city go out to do their inspecting, I would request that they also inspect the fire hydrants on the sidewalks and the sidewalk conditions to make sure that every fire hydrant, or actually they're called utility hydrants, are in functioning and well-maintained status. This will provide for a site inspection and an evaluation of a need for upgrades or repair. You're going to be there anyway. Get the job done. It's called symmetry. Do the same with the Sepulveda Basin project. Make sure the fire hydrants are all working. The number 7, I don't have enough detail to make a comment. It is a contract that says not to exceed. Let's hope it doesn't exceed. There's no evidence in
That's 3 minutes.
past.
President Corson, I do see an additional hand raised during multiple agenda item commentary. If you'd like, I can ask user iPhone if they would like to offer multiple agenda item commentary this morning.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Thank you, President Corson. User iPhone, would you like to offer multiple agenda item commentary this morning?
Yes.
Go ahead, you have 3 minutes, and please identify which item you're speaking on for each minute.
The water. How is it these people can continue to be paid by not doing their jobs? How does that work? Regular people in the regular world that do not do their job do not collect a paycheck.
So this is not general public comment. User iPhone, please identify which item.
Well, as long as you heard what I said. Thanks. Bye.
And that concludes multiple item agenda commentary this morning, President Corson.